Let us continue playing Forge Adventure Mode. When we last left off, we are nearing our quest location. And I have to click into the thing. Unfortunately, it looks as if there's a bunch of creatures that are going to try to stop us going north. That I'm going to have to fight my way through, somewhat. Or I can go down and go to the town first. I think we go to the town first. But we definitely want to go north. Okay. So what is here? Good news is, there are land stations here as well, which is pretty interesting, as well as some sketchbooks that I'm interested in grabbing, but not right now. The inn is up top. What's the draft here? Oh! We found Modern Horizons 2! I think we want to go for this, and if we can win this, this is going to be extremely good for us, so... Okay. Let's also check what else is actually here, though, in terms of things. Bird illusions. We kind of have an illusion plan in the back of our mind, but 300 coins is a lot for that. Nothing massively important there. Shadow illusions. Essentially unblockable. Okay, this is a good village. We're going to save this village regardless of anything else, because this is a Modern Horizons 2 village. I think we go for this, you know. Alright. So, we only get the cards if we win the draft, but we will win boosters, which should be of a higher rate. Maybe we'll get some reasonable cards here. What was in Modern Horizons 2? Let's find out. We're joining this event with a challenge coin. Turok Cantor. But I'm just looking at what else we got here. Oh, I don't think I've drafted this set, so this is going to be an experience for me. There are definitely some interesting things we could be doing here. Storm is a thing with Galvanic Relay, but that's not the best Storm payoff. Coin flip cards. Free falls for 4. We need to be massively efficient here if we can manage it here. Flametongue Yearling basically comes in and does damage to things with +1 counters. Scourge Familiar is a discard outlet that adds mana, which is pretty reasonable but expensive for that. So we're going for Turok Cantor. Objectively, probably the best card in the pack. And 2 random discards on is extremely good if we can get to that point. So, playing a discarding-based strategy if we can manage it. Draw 2, discard a card, gain life equals the number of cards we've discarded. That's self-discard more than anything else. Beginning of your end step, it plays 5 damage to each planeswalker, kills them. I don't think that's massively useful for us right this moment. If we can go for counter, this is a good payoff for that. This, though, is probably a better card in general, just getting us a bunch of go-wide squirrels. So I think we're going to take the Scurry Oak. Discard a king. Tragic Fall is removal. Kitchen Imp is a good self-discard thing. Can we discard with our own thing there? Target opponent. Okay. And his opponent. Well, I think we take the removal. That is not looking like a lot here. Sacrifice another creature. Drain for 2. Not the worst. Unholy Heat is removal. I'm not seeing a lot I like out of this at the moment. 3 kicks in. I probably take the Unholy Heat, but I am conscious that I'm going to need some more creatures at some point there. I think we can wait on it. We're going to go Unholy Heat. Captain Ripley Vance. 3 spells, get a counter. Probably a bit much. Outbound Slasher is a 5/5 if we done damage to a thing. It's probably not amazing for us. Nested Shambler might be okay, actually. Cabal Initiate is a discard outlet, which gives me which is also a 3/3 later in the game. I'm happy for a 1/1 that replaces itself. That seems reasonable, at least in a sort of limited environment. Draykeeper. Okay, we're looking at sort of squirrel synergies now. Or at least a lot of go wide and recovery things. This is a high-end payoff, but it's not the worst high-end payoff we could do. I'd still almost be inclined to go with a Nested Shambler over it, or maybe go for another Tragic Fall, just to make sure I've got removal pieces. Loathsome Curator. Enter a sacrifice creature. If we exploit, destroy another thing on their side. Flying Lifelink 2/2. It's evasion. It might be the best thing we've got access to here. We're not committed to anything except probably black anyway. But this is sort of a pivot point now. We could just go for these, or I could hedge, go for the Tragic Fall, lose both of these creatures. I think evasion and lifelink is reasonable to have, but I'm going to sideboard it for now. I don't know if we're going that way. I'm going to take another Nested Shambler here. Yeah, we'll take another Nested Shambler. I think if we can build some token synergies, this is what we want to be doing. And actually, that might even be a payoff for that, depending on things now. Very low to the ground, but we have sack outlets, we have things there. I need something better to do with it, really, for sacrificing, but... Options is, we'll take the land. Take the land, get a bit more consistency going. Okay, we're now back to this sort of thing. Red is very open. But Lightning Spear is probably the most useful thing that's there. As long as it's your turn, it's a 4/3. I don't mind a 4/3, actually. That might actually even be worth it. I'm putting it in sideboard because, again, I'm not sure about this. Dragon Rage Channeler. Yes, please. We'll take the Vermin, as I think it's the most useful thing out of that. I'm happy to take... I'll take a 5/5 as the top end. We'll take another Nested Shambler. And we'll take a Discerning Taste. Okay. So, let's put the red things back in for the moment. How are we looking? If we go red-black, remove this. We're a bit low to the ground. A lot of token generation. Some removal. Yeah, so essentially these replace ourselves. Dragon Rage Channeler just becomes a 3/3 if we can get a lot of things in the graveyard quickly. So we need types. So we might be looking for random artifact synergies and things. We shall see. Echoing Return's not bad. We have a lot of Nested Shamblers actually, so Echoing Return might not be the worst thing we could grab. But I have a feeling that'll wheel. To be fair, I don't know what else we're taking from this pack here. This doesn't look particularly great for us. Sojourner's Companion, just a 4/4 because we don't have a lot of artifacts that we can make use of here. Mental Journey might be the objectively best card that we could just grab if we're splashing a color, but I don't know if it's great for us. I think we take the Echoing Return. I don't know if we want it, but we've got it. Right. Urza Saga. It is amazing in what it's doing. It doesn't do anything for us right now. Makes a 2/2 construct. We don't have any artifacts except the two high-end things that are sort of fringe. I am much happy to take a Bone Shredder here. That's removal. Okay. Removal at top end. Also land cycling. I think we're okay without that. 5/5. Each opponent loses X life for X number of colors of mana spent to cast this spell. That sort of implies we want to go multicolor, but actually even a 5/5 that drains for 2 isn't the worst. We'll put that in for now. Another Dragon Rage Channeler. Okay, we have a plan. And that plan is Dragon Rage Channeler. Ravenous Squirrel is a... would be okay if we were more into those colors. I don't know if we want to be anymore. Though maybe we do. What else am I doing? We're very low to the ground, which isn't the worst thing in the world. These replace themselves. These come back. We have Echoing Return, which actually might be better than I'm thinking, given that sort of mess. A 3/3 that comes back later in the game is probably fine. Bone Shards is removal at the cost of a creature. How can we discard ourselves at the moment is a question. The answer is not very easily. I don't even have things that are as additional cost to discard a card. I haven't been taking the Cabal Initiates, which might now be seeming a little bit silly, but who knows. I think we take the Crypt Keeper. It's not... There might be some random benefits to taking this. Bone Shards is definitely an option for removal here. We currently have Unholy Heat, Lightning Spear, Tragic Fall as our removal cards at this point. We probably want more if we can get them. But I think having a piece of graveyard removal is not the worst. Also, it's an artifact for Dragon Rage Channeler. The Nested Shambler should wheel. The Archfiend of Sorrows, though, is removal. It's 7 mana for removal, though. Unless we get it in the graveyard first. No, we're going to take the Echoing Return. I think we have a plan here. And it's just do that. Discard a card, draw a card, rebound. That's actually pretty good for us. Okay. We'll take the Gold Maya Bridge on the basis that we might... I don't know if we're going to use it for payoff on that basis, but we could. Starfish to sideboard. Cabal Initiate we'll put in now. 4 mana for a double discard is probably fine. Vermin Gorger. We'll take a second Cabal Initiate. And we take our 4th Nested Shambler. Good news is, in a draft, we can play as many of a card as we want. Okay. Lazotep Channeler is okay if we have more ability to discard, but making 2/2 tokens is not a bad thing. This is actually not... This is pretty decent. Treasure Reader White. Deals combat damage to play. Exile 1 target creature you own. Search for in land. Put both cards onto the battlefield under your control. So it flickers and gets us an extra card. I think we take this. As you never know, it might actually benefit us at some point. Hunting Pack is expensive, but I think we're going to take the Sudden Edict. That's good removal. T2 that comes back is not amazing. I'm actually kind of inclined to take another 4/3 if we can get it. What's our curve looking like? We're pretty good, actually, in terms of a curve here. We could do with some 4-drops. So let's not take another one of these, even though I think it's okay. Instead, I'm going to take another Faithless Salvaging. Get us through the deck a bit quicker. Ooh, Cabal Coffers. Commander All-Star. I don't think it's doing anything for us in this deck, unfortunately. Terminal Agony is a removal piece. Menace 2/2. That can get bigger. It's a big threat. It's also an artifact for Dragon Rage Channeler. This is a sorcery for Dragon Rage Channeler as well. Okay, so creature, artifact, instant sorcery. Unlikely to be land, but we could potentially do that. I think we take a Terminal Agony here. I want to kill things. Marsh Flats actually is perfect. We're taking Marsh Flats. That's a land we can put into the graveyard. All about that Dragon Rage Channeler if we can manage it. Mind Collapse, sacrifice a mountain, 5 damage to something. It's a free 5 mana, 5 damage spell. Those are never to be necessarily sniffed at. Yeah, that's probably the best card. Okay, Spreading Insurrection. I don't know if we can multi-go for that, but it is an option that we have. Or we take another Faithless Salvaging, get a lot more discard effects. We don't have any Madness creatures or Madness effects here because I've been avoiding the Kitchen Imps, which might be to be an error. It's a bad spell unless we can do two things. But late game, this probably wins us games, so we take it. It's a win con. Gargadon is a 7/5 that we can, if the game goes long, we can just get into play. It seems okay, but I don't think it's amazing for us, I've got to be honest. Artifact land cycling. We do have the ability to get this. This will get an artifact and a creature into graveyard for Dragon Rage Channeler. We'll take this and see if we want to do anything with it. We don't have a lot of artifacts, coloured artifacts we care about. Only the Lightning Spear, really. Greed is always a consideration. But the Gauge Zealot actually is removal as well, so we'll take that. We'll take the Curator as our sort of thing there. Alright, the Reaver Wheel. We'll sort things out in a moment. We'll take this on the basis that we win the draft. I'm going to be happy to have one. I don't think it's that useful for us in any way, shape, or form, but we'll take it. Stormward's Oracle. Did we pick up any blue things? We didn't really. Alright, Starfish to sideboard. Cabal Initiate into the deck. And a chance encounter we are probably not going to play. Okay, well this is interesting in a lot of ways. We have so many playables that we're going to have to cut. This is going to be a quest to cut this down. We remove this from the deck. We are going to keep both the artifact lands, weirdly, even though I don't think we're going to be in either of those colours. Let's make sure to start with that we have got everything that we care about here. Okay, so Loathsome Curator is a 5/4 menace that can remove a creature if we sacrifice something versus a drain effect. I think the Loathsome Curator is a better top end. The Arcbound Slasher we're going to keep because it's an artifact creature more than anything else. It's only a 5/5 for 5, which isn't a great rate, but it's 2 if we want that to go that way. Tormod's Crypt Keeper is a sideboard card. It is an artifact creature again, which is why I want to keep it in the thing. Bone Shredder's removal. This is something that can revive itself, but only as a 4/3 for 5. I think we can take that out for the moment. Cabal Initiates are 3/3s for 3 if we have a full graveyard. If we had more Madness effects, they would be better. I don't think they're amazing for us right now, but we'll keep 1 and go with that. So that's 18 creatures, which is a lot, admittingly. Echoing Return, I'm basically going on the basis that we have multiple doubles. We can get multiple benefits out of doing that for that. We keep the Unholy Heat regardless. Tragic Fall is fine. Also can remove anything if we have that. Discerning Taste. Gain life, you can integrate its power among creature cards put into the graveyard this way. This again fills up the graveyard for Dragon Rage Channeler, so we want to keep that if we can. We want to keep those. I think the Lightning Spear is 5 mana for what it's doing. Yes, we can get the +1/+1 on Trample, but I think on balance, that's the best way to handle that. Mind Collapse is a free spell. I want to keep that if we can. Turret's Canticle is a double discard, but it's at the top end of things. Spreading Insurrection will win us the game if we can cast 2 spells and do it, and we could cast 2 spells with this deck. And we're back to this. Back to this. I'm literally playing 2 tap swamps for this. I think we can remove this from the deck. I don't think it's worth it. And the Arcbound Slasher probably as well. I'm happy to keep these 2 as payoffs because this removes creatures, that removes creatures, but they're not amazing for us right now. I think the Crypt Keeper can also go at this stage, at least into the sideboard. That's a card that we might bring back in. We're definitely going low to the ground, swamp the board, and then counterattack with free freeze, I think is the best way we're going about this. And maybe from that, actually, I know I was talking about it, but I'm going to bring back the Cannibal Initiate here. Cabal Initiate and go this way around with things. Because that, I think, works better with what we're trying to do. What are we at? 27. I need to cut 4 cards. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4 kill spells that are quite cheap. We have a Bone Shred, which is also a kill spell that's 5. Unholy Heat could also potentially do 6 damage or something, which might be relevant. Oh, this is tough. How do I get this? I guess the Faithless salvaging isn't as important if we're playing Cabal Initiates. So I cut both? I guess I cut both. 2 cards to go. Do I just think that the Nested Shambler isn't good enough since I can't pump the Nest Shamblers in any way? Maybe just the 1/1 that recurs is not actually that good, but cut 1. We are playing very low to the ground. Can I justify only playing 16 lands? 2 of them are tap lands, so I really don't want to be doing that if I can avoid it. Also, I've decided that we're not going to take that. I am going to put that in, because it still at least filter my stuff out. What green cards could we be siding in? Almost nothing. What white cards could we be shuffling in? Only the Breathless Knight. I think on basis of that, if we're going to have any of these, we want the white one. I don't think we want either of them, to be perfectly clear. This fills the graveyard up, but for that effect here, we have instant. I'm actually kind of concerned I don't have any sorceries now. So I need the sorceries. Alright, we're gonna risk it. I don't like this. We might add one more, actually, come to this. We'll play with a 41 card deck. Do the forbidden things and see what happens. Yeah, so we're gonna get a 9/6. We are playing a 41 card deck. The thing you are not supposed to do in draft under any circumstances, because I could probably get away with it. But I am playing a land that deliberately doesn't tap. It's a tap land for one of the colors I want. So we're going to do this and we're going to see what happens. All right, let's start the event. We could just get completely blown out here depending on power levels of things. But we are going to play first. So we have a not great hand. I've got to be honest with this. But we have all the lands we want. I have my turn 1 play. Let's Nested Shambler. Dragon Race Channeler. Tap for 1. Okay, they suspend a creature, so that'll come into play next turn and do things. We will play a Swamp, and we will play our Reaver. We will attack for 2. Riftsower ticks down. We have a Terminal Agony that's pretty reasonable for us here, but we're attacking for 6. Last time counter removed, it comes into battlefield. It also gains haste, so it can tap for mana straight away. They tap for 1. Do you not have anything? I mean, I don't really want to play the Bone Sower at this point. I've got to be fully honest with you, because you've not shown anything that we care about. Also, my music has stopped. Bear with. Must have got the end of the playlist randomly. Alright, it's fine. Okay. I don't have a discard outlet right now. I could just kill this, and I think I'm going to. Again, I want better targets, but equally, they're not really showing anything. What have you drafted? Okay, so Echo means I have to pay the cost again, or it sacrifices itself. And again, there's an argument for just allowing it to sacrifice itself, but equally, I'm not under any pressure whatsoever, so I'm just going to go and attack for the victory here, unless you can stop me. Well, I was really concerned about being blown out, but I genuinely don't know what they're doing. Okay, so we have Marsh Flats into Dragon Rage Channeler, except I don't Marsh Flats into Dragon Rage Channeler because I don't actually have a red land for that. That would be the normal thing for it. A sort of half and home, 5 mana, eventually do that. We are slow here, but we are going second, and they did nothing in the first game. Suspend the Rift Sower. Okay, we go Mountain, Dragon Rage Channeler. They have other things. It's a Jade Avenger with Bushido. So whenever this creature blocks or becomes blocked, it gets more powerful. So generally don't block it unless you really need to. Okay, we're going to play a Marsh Flats, and we're going to crack it to find a swamp. Which puts a land into the graveyard, importantly. Yeah, we can't attack with the Dragon Rage Channeler here, so we're going to have to pass. Okay, and now they have pump spells, and now we're taking a bunch of damage. Okay. The good news is, this sword is protection from their deck. We do get to Surveil. We're going to put that into the graveyard. So currently our graveyard consists of creature and land. 2 more types, and we get there. We have an instant, we have a sorcery. So we can potentially get away with this. But next turn... down to 9. Guardian Kirin. Okay. So. Let's think about this one a moment. So we Unholy Heat, but we don't have Delirium yet. So what we're going to do is we're going to... we equip. We can then do damage to the player. Exile a creature I control. See, the exile's not terrible, but equally, I can't exile their things right now. I can equip for 2, cast a Unholy Heat, and I mean it's a threat. They can't deal with it, but equally, I don't have a way of stopping anything from happening, so we're going to equip this on. So it becomes a 3/3. If we attack, we just basically shuffle things out, get an extra land. Maybe I should have just removed a creature here. We don't have a lot that works. Alright, we're gonna hold back. We're gonna see if that is enough to make them just attack for 2. Yeah, okay. We're kind of abusing the passive AI a little bit here. Mere Sapling. And they make a bunch of stuff. That is an extremely good card, and if I'd have found any of these, I would have absolutely taken it. Okay. Got my bridge. Let's then go Swamp. So they can sacrifice this at instant speed anyway, so we might force the issue. For now, though, I'm going to go and cast ourselves a Terminal Agony, targeting their Flyer. We get to Surveil. We'll put the land into the graveyard because it's not going to help us. Kill the Kirin. We can Unholy Heat and instant speed, but we'll also get to see what they're doing first. If I had a second creature, I might be able to do some shenanigans, but we don't have that at the moment. So we're going to see how playing passive works for us here. They play that. We're going to cast Unholy Heat now, targeting the Mere Sapling. Also gives us Delirium. We are going to be forced to attack after this turn, but let's see. We want that on top. They didn't sacrifice for the thing. Put a target card from the opponent's graveyard on top of that. That's going to undo the Dragon Rage Channeler, isn't it? Yeah, it does. Well, that's unfortunate. Swamp and play our 5/4. We are not going to activate. We're also not forced to attack, which is interesting. We are not going to sacrifice at this stage. So we just have a 5/4 menace, which we're going to hope is going to get us there. This is a problem, but we have a creature that can't be damaged by white and green sources, so maybe we'll be fine. Draws a card. Ren's Hydra for 5. We badly, badly need something to help us out here. Okay. So, what we're going to do is we're going to equip the sword over here. We're going to attack for 7. They can't block it. Alright, we're then going to exile this and search for a basic land. We will find a mountain. So this comes back into play now. We're then going to re-equip the sword. Yep. We do not want to sacrifice at this stage. We equip the sword back to the Dragon Rage Channeler. And I think this is going to be our sequencing from now on. It's a bit weird to be doing the double pass, but I think that's the way we do it. Good. Come on! Give me something! Alright, mountain. We're going to pass the sword over. We will attack. They will gain 3 life. That's not a concern for us. Flicker the Loathstone Cube. Grab another land out of our graveyard. We are not going to sacrifice. We're going to re-equip the sword. We're going to... We've got every land out of our deck here. Come on. Something useful has got to be remaining. Even a nest scrambler would be useful right now. Sudden Edict. Okay, so we can force a sacrifice of a creature. Not amazing for us, but hey. Alright, we go again. Attack. Flicker you. Grab another land out of our deck. I mean, I could sacrifice that and destroy a thing, but I think that might cause some problems here, so we're not going to do that. We're going to then re-equip the sword back to a Dragon Rage Channeler. What do we got in there? Instant sorcery land. Yeah, we're just going to hold off. Endurance. Oh no, they're destroying the sword. Right. Right, that's the problem. Okay, so Sudden Edict, they destroy one of their creatures. I think we play it now. We get a Dragon Rage Channeler trigger. We can put a Dragon Rage Channeler in the graveyard. They don't have a flyer right now, so that actually works out perfectly for us here. You sack a creature, Endurance enters. Did I mistake what Endurance was? I thought this is one that destroyed an artifact. Okay, no, that's the normal creature, the evoke one that does that. All right, well, no graveyard anymore, but I don't think that changed what we do. Okay, I thought that was the other one, by which I mean the worst one. Endurance is fine. Hey, we got a creature. Well, we win. I don't even have to do this, but I'm going to do it anyway, because it's been our battle plan for a while. Alright, well, we've earned a booster pack. Now we play round 2 against Monk. I am all for hands that do nothing. We're not doing this, we're mulliganing that. Okay, this is better. We have turn 1 play into double turn 2 play into a removal spell. This is fine. We're going to put a swamp to the bottom. We may regret that in a few moments, but we're pretty low to the ground. Okay, Mountain Dragon Rage Channeler. Swamp. Nested Shambler, attack for 1. They play Nurse's Saga. Okay, well we have artifact things to concern ourselves with, but also a Darkwood Denizen. Which, yep, random card draw. Alright, land off the top would be quite nice. Didn't get a land off the top. That is unfortunate. Alright. We can't attack through this at the moment, so we pass. Patchwork Gnomes. Discard to regenerate. Getting rid of that third land has suddenly become a problem for us, I think. Okay. Play a Nested Shambler. I'm kind of tempted to attack for 2 here and just see if they'll trade down against a creature in the yard. We pass. They didn't have a 1-mana artifact and didn't make a thing. Okay. Declare attacks. I'm fine with that. That seems like a bizarre trade, but okay. That's the problem. So basically all their creatures can get an extra counter on it. We got a land. Alright. Let's remove that from the equation. We're still yet to play a non-creature thing here. We're just going to pass a turn. No attacks. They play a Jade Avenger. We're going to sacrifice a squirrel. And now they have a 4/3 I need to deal with. We are going to... We already have a creature in the bin. If I draw a land, I can either kill this, or I can revive, or I can grab the Bone Shredder back and do some filtering, so we're not going to pay this. Okay. We'll play the bridge. We're going to play an Echoing Return, grab back our... Oh, undo. Going to cast that block you with the Nested Shambler. And then we're going to sacrifice you with the Vermin Gorger. 3 for 2, take 2. Cabal Initiate's pretty good now. That allows us to get a instant speed. Actually, it does give us an instant speed Madness trigger, which is quite nice. Or I could just go Bone Shredder, kill this, and see what happens here. We can still got Squirrel. We can do the same block trick we did last time. Or I just played my 4/3 actually. There's decisions to be made here. But I think we're going to set up for our removal spell. No sense in attacking. That's got things got vigilance, unfortunately. So we're going to pass the turn. Cycling for a land. Fine. Just attacking with the Jade. Okay. We'll block with the Scroll token. We will... That will trigger. We will then sacrifice the Scroll token. Drain you for 2. You draw a card. Okay, that's potentially fine. We're going to activate... Discarding Terminal Agony. We will play Terminal Agony, targeting the Deepwood Denizen. There's also Dragon Rage Channelers. We're going to keep that on top. Gain lifelink until end of turn, but that's fine. Wait, do I gain lifelink? The Cabal Initiate does. I don't think I do. But that's okay. Alright, so next up, I think we play... What do we need? We need an instant in the bin, don't we? Yeah, we're an instant away from just triggering that. We have none in hand. Okay, we're just going to play out our Minotaur friend. Because Minotaur friend is best friend. And we're going to... I could have madnessed it out. I'm not playing this ultimately. And since there is nothing stopping us from launching an Alpha Strike, and we're not going to block the Jade Avenger anyway, we Alpha Strike. Can't attack or block, and they put 2 counters on something. Or counters on 2 creatures. Okay, I'm willing to have this race. This race seems good for me. Mountain. So we could now just sacrifice this creature since it's not going to be doing much for us. And I'm kind of inclined to do that. We're going to play out our 4/3. And we declare attacks. We go attack with both. Hit you for free. See what you want to do this time. They go into a 4/4, which can do reinforce and scavenging shenanigans. Okay, that's fine. End phase, we're going to sacrifice this. Drain you for another 2. So in theory, we have the win here. We're 1 card away from Threshold, making this a 3/3. We don't need to attack through things at the moment. We can just start sacrificing creatures. But we might as well start killing some things as well. We'll play our removal here. Play you as well. Glorious Enforcer, which is a lifelink, unfortunately. So because it's a lifelinker, we're now on the sacrifice things plan. We're going to sacrifice our Bone Shredder. Gain ourselves a 3/3 with basically all of our 3/3 effects here. Instant off the top, instant off the top. Okay. So Tragic Fall, reduce by that. This then flies. We can sacrifice a creature after the combat has happened. I think this is just game. Obviously, they gain 2 back. They block hard, but yeah. Tragic Fall here. Unholy Heat in. We already have the thing on top. We're going to keep that on top. Did I miss something? Oh, I had no cards in hand. I just kill it. Okay, that's what I missed. Yeah, no cards in hand now, so that's just game. Dragon Rage Channeler, and we might as well attack everything because we have won. Alright, game 2. Okay, so the fact there are 2 green-white decks at the table is probably why both of them have not been firing all cylinders here. This is a risky one, but again, we're on the play. We have a payoff. We have things we can do in early game. We're gonna keep this. Also, we have a card that is protecting from half his deck, so that's always worth considering. Yeah, we keep. Okay, would love to be able to get a mountain with this Marsh Flats, but that's not how this works. Battle Swamp. Land in the bin for Dragon Rage Channelers down the line, and we will play a Nested Shambler. Rift Sower suspended. We'll play out our Vermin Gorger, attack for 1. Patchwork Gnomes. They sacrificed these last time they were here, so we'll consider they might do that again. Okay, so we can play the Turok Cantor here, but we don't particularly want to. So we're going to play the Gold Mire Bridge on the basis that we might as well play it now and we're not losing anything for it. Attack with the Shambler. They block. We will allow the block. Should probably have sacrificed it at the point there. That's a mistake on my part. I'm just speeding through this. It's fine. I mean, I'm going to keep pressure up here. Recast the Nested Shambler. But also puts the second creature type in the bin if we do get one of our Dragon Rage. But yeah, I should absolutely sacrifice there and done more drain effects. I'm playing this badly. It might not I might not be punished for it, but I'm still playing this badly. 2/4 Rift Sower. They attack for 2. We will take it. Okay, Swamp. No red card, no red mana sources at the moment, but we have a kicked Turok Cantor. So you will discard 2 cards at random, and thus also resolve. We now have a 4/3 with protection from white. And you are 2 cards down. What did you discard here? A couple of... Oh, scavenging is annoying, but you're going to take a while to get there. So I think we're fine. Let's attack with everything. Urza Saga. You did... Actually, was it the other opponent who did nothing with this last time? Upbound Prototype. No attacks. Alright, Swamp and another Nested Shambler. Okay, you can block with a Rift Sower, but that is it. So we attack here, and we attack with both of these on the basis... No, we just attack with you for the moment. Attack for 4. Okay, so you play that. I'm going to sacrifice the Nested Shambler at this point. Token, drain, go. We have our mountain. Okay, so we can take over one of these creatures and attack, which might not be the worst thing we could do. Trying to work out if we win the game with that. We'd also sacrifice at end of turn, so yeah, okay. We're going to say this. Unfortunately, Storm means we're not going to get any additional copies, but I think we only need the one here. Sometimes Frightened effects just work, even if they're overcosted. Alright, attack, 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 attack. I think this is going to be game. Well, it's not, because they're double blocking, but that's fine for us here. Okay. We allow the damage to go through. It is tramples as well, which is quite nice. Main 2, we sacrifice your creature. I do not see how you get out of this. Not without a Wrath off the top. We attack the game. Alright, 2 wins down. We might be getting this deck. Which actually I'm not going to be too upset about. If we get this is a deck we can use, I am not going to be upset in the slightest. Alright, we're up against the Fire Dragon. We have Swamp into Nested Shambler. We have double Nested Shambler. We need a red source quickly. We're going second. We're going to keep this. 2 Dragon Rage Channelers. Come on, I want a red source, please. No. No, no, no. Alright. Play a second Nested Shambler. Tap for 1. I mean, a third land is also vital right now, and we didn't get it. Alright, we got a third land. This means we can Discerning Taste, and we need to do this now. So, put one of them in hand, the rest in the graveyard. You gain life equal to the greatest number of creature cards put into your graveyard this way. We badly need the mountain. They countered it. We badly needed this. Okay. Well, sorcery in the bin. Attack for 2. Okay, now we're in trouble. We got a mountain. Okay. So, let's play out. We're going to have to race them, I think, with this, is the truth of things now. So we're going to play our 4-3 that is only a 4-3 on occasion here. I can sneak through for 1, get another token. Putting down a 14. I think we're just going to have to hope they attack through this. Okay, they fight one of our Nesting Shamblers. Not the worst thing in the world. Attack. We're going to block with our other Nesting Shambler here, unless we can't. Can't block with creatures of power 2 or less. Oh, we just can't block it. Chatterstorm, make a couple of squirrels. Okay, right. We have sorcery creature in the bin. We can Loathstone, sacrifice a creature with mana value of that, which means we just get rid of one of them anyway doing that. But also, it does give us our 5/4. Or I can go double Dragon Rage Channeler, or Dragon Rage Channeler, Unholy Heat, see what happens. This doesn't give us this, but it also means that we can potentially play this and exploit and get something better than a Squirrel Token. So we're going to play this. We're going to... Or do I just go for the Unholy Heat once we've got it more possibly triggered? We need land, and we need a instant. We have more instants and sorceries, and Unholy Heat is one of them. So yeah, we're going to go with this. Unholy Heat you. Surveil. I'm going to keep that on top, because that actually is a combat trick we can use. Declare attacks, attack with everything. Okay, they let that through. I'm quite appreciative they let that through. We take 5 in the race. Wave Sifter. Full cost, so they just get 2 things and a free 2 flyer. Alright, Tragic Fall. So now, Dragon Rage Channeler. Tragic Fall, the Wave Sifter. We get 2 Surveil triggers. Land is the Graveyard. That's Delirium. We keep the Bone Shredder on top because that's a removal spell for later. Okay. Alpha Strike. They block the Nested Shambler, giving us another token. They're down to 1. We have 2 flying blockers they can't deal with. And we exploit and have a kill spell on top. Okay. This is your style points than anything else, but there we go. We declare attacks. We are forced to attack with these, but I don't think we might. Hunting Pack. Make 4/4s. We have 2 flyers. I don't think that's a problem. Oh, make a 4/4. Okay. See, that's a good defensive trick to know they have at 7 mana, but we're a game up now. We're looking like we're winning this one. Into that. Mulligan. It's not amazing. Land on the bottom. We're gonna have to keep that. Well, we have 2 games. To get a win, so we'll see how this goes. Swamp Star. This is also why I put the extra mountain into the deck when we were doing this, because these are important. It's just unfortunately not where the mana, where our current cards are. There we go. All right. We'll play the Cabal Initiate. The good news about the Cabal Initiate is that I can overfill things and get the Dragon Rage Channeler triggers that way. So, we'll see. Search for a basic land card. Okay. Shattered Ego. -3, -0, and they can filter it back into a deck. Okay, not amazing. But I'm happier it's used there than on, say, the Dragon Rage Channeler. We'll play out our 4/3 here, because at least that's a threat they have to consider. No point in attacking the -1. They wouldn't gain the life, but it's still funny. Cascade, and they've cascaded into another creature. Okay. Swamp. Play out a Dragon Rage Channeler. So they can double block this, but they killed both their creatures doing it. I think that's an okay trade, especially as we can get it back. Okay. Double attacks. Okay, we're going to block this because we might as well. This creature's not doing anything for us right this second anyway. And then we get it back, so that's fine. Play a free one and a Chatterstorm to get 2 squirrels. You wish to fight us with squirrels, do you? Well, 2 can play that game. We're going to play our second Dragon Rage Channeler. I'm then going to Echoing Return, targeting the Cabal Initiate. So Surveil will put that into the graveyard, and then we'll put that on top of the library. Actually, we want that spell. Okay. And also, because we milled it first, we get both of them into our hand, which is quite nice. Then we'll replay it. Okay. Next up, we're going to attack for 4 and see what they do. I'm surprised they didn't just block and drew that. That's the trade you should probably have made. But hey, they didn't. They're just attacking for 1 this time. Okay. We're going to go Discerning Taste first. Auto-resolve. So, importantly, with the ability we're about to do, we put one of them into our hand, the rest into our graveyard, and gain life into the biggest creatures. But we get to see what's on top twice first. So that goes to the bin. That goes to the bin. We get the sword in the graveyard, so that's artifact, instant, land, and we don't have a creature in there. But we're going to get an artifact in there anyway, so we're going to go and grab this. Because that's protection from half their deck. Not amazing, but it is protection from half the deck. Also, we now have Threshold, so that's at least something to be considered. This now goes up to a 3/3. We'll play our Nesting Shambler. I realised I didn't play a land this turn, but I don't think we need it. We now have 2 flying 3/3s that we are forced to attack with. This is a very aggressive thing here. What happens on the counter attack? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 with 1 blocker. We're fine. We Alpha Strike. We can also give Lifelink at instant speed, which is fun. But we're not going to need it. That's fine. We expected that trade to happen. We expected a random block there. So, okay. Oh, they did double block this. Well, I'm better off if that's a double block. I didn't see the other side of it. The lines are a little awkward sometimes with this, but hey. Okay, well, we're doing well. Oh, Sudden Edict's pretty good off the top as well. Would have loved to have had another creature, but I think we're just winning here, aren't we? They have to block this. They sacrifice a creature. Doesn't really do anything for us. Means we get through for a number 1. So we're just going to play our sword. Double Surveil. Graveyard, I don't think we need that. We need a land, really. Yeah, that's fine. Well, we don't need a land, but I'd rather have a land on top because then we can Spreading Insurrection and definitely win. We attack with... Yeah, we just attack with that. Ethereum Spinner and a... Oh, they have a 3/5 reach. So they can block one of these again, but not both. Doesn't matter, though. We're just going to steal it. Resolve a bunch of Surveil triggers. Graveyard. Graveyard. We don't particularly need any of these. Alright, attack with everything. And that is a draft 1. We won Modern Horizons 2. To be fair, I think we faced the same deck twice, weirdly, but don't know if that was a bug or if it genuinely was 2 draft things that did the same thing. But hey, we now have a fit we can use, and I'm pretty happy with this third deck, I'm going to be perfectly honest with you. For now, though, let's grab our inventory. I keep seeing that and just thinking, when did I get this? When did I get Dark Armor? I only have 10 life, but I have a Skeletal Snake on the battlefield at all times. When did that happen? Alright, let's open some Modern Horizons boosters. Master of Death, I like the card. I don't know if it's that great for us. Timeless Witness, I like a fair amount. Would prefer Eternal, but it's still not bad in a vacuum. We now have more Nested Shamblers than we know what to do with. So I do think we want to auto-sell these now. We might also have more Echo when we sell, so we know what to do with as well, to be fair. But okay. I still have to work out. Yeah. Let's do another one. Come on, give me something decent. Upheaval's a pretty good finisher. But yeah, nothing absolutely amazing here. Another Turok would have been a great pickup there, but hey. We open our draft pack. All cards that we picked up in this set here. Our mini Nested Shamblers, our Dragon Rage Channelers. We want more of those if we can find them, but hey. Well, that worked out extremely well. And in theory, since we got the gold challenge going back, oh, it's no longer available. Shame. Well, this has already gone on beyond the hour that I have these videos preset to, so hopefully it didn't cause any problems when it split. But hey, victory and ships, and we have won our second draft event. Next time, come hell or high water, we are making it to our quest location. But I will see you next time, so until then.